Goody, you guys. So I'm chilling in my little space and I want to be comfortable while I'm talking to y'all so that I can. Is this lighting good? I think it's good. Yeah, I think it's good. So I want to be comfortable while I'm talking to you guys and just express my thoughts and my feelings. I feel like this is the best way for me to be kind of like consistent on YouTube. Just being real and just coming on here and showing myself. So yeah, your girl been dealing with an issue in my personal life for like the past when was that? Was it 15? 2016, I would say. So my day ones, y'all remember I was a military wife, right? I was a military wife and it didn't last long. Like soon after I married him, he joined the military. And if you guys watch my earlier videos, you'll see like the whole journey of me like becoming a military wife. But he joined the military and it didn't last long, you guys. It didn't even last a year, I think. And it like tore me up on the inside, you guys. It took me years and years and years and years and years to kind of get past that, because think about when you're up here, right? You have this life that you love and you're living in a lifestyle that you always dreamed of. I'm talking about nice house, nice cars, money, walk-in closets, living in a space that you always dreamed of. And then just like that, it's over and you lose everything, right? So that was like, I would say what I was depressed about for a long time was how was I here and then I went down here. You get what I'm saying? And I had to realize that things fall apart for a reason. It just recently I realized that things had to fall apart with me and my ex. I'm gonna call him my ex. Technically, you guys, technically I'm still married, but I'm manifesting my divorce, okay? Manifesting my divorce. So he's my ex. I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, so after all of that happened with the military situation, it took me into a dark, deep depression because I had to go back to New York, you guys. I'm drinking some turmeric tea and ginger. It's really, really good. It actually tastes really good by itself. I haven't eaten yet, so that's what I'm sipping on. But yeah, so I had to go back to New York. And when I went back to New York, you guys, I was very, very like, I felt ashamed. I felt very ashamed because I was living this life. And within like less than a year, we had to move. I'm not going to tell you the details of what happened in the military. It's something on his behalf that happened. And yeah, he basically had to leave. And it was so embarrassing to go back to New York. I was happy about going back to New York because that's where I'm from, my hometown, Rochester, New York. But it was low-key embarrassing because I had to live in a situation that made me feel ashamed of myself, just off of the strength of I was living that life. I was really living that life. So I know now why I went through all of this stuff, but during the time I was going through it, you guys, I was having highs, I was having lows. Every day I was battling depression and fighting demons, and it didn't help that our marriage became very toxic after that. Like right after the military, our marriage became very toxic. We had our good times, we had our bad times, but I would say it was more bad than good, to be honest with you guys. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, it was more bad than good. I showed you guys the good. You guys saw the good. You guys didn't see the bad. But long story short, we couldn't survive in New York. It was becoming too much. Our bills was getting piled up. It was like we was going down this spiral, like spiraling. Like it was bad. You guys, I ended up losing a lot of stuff. So I was so depressed, you guys, like so depressed. Like this is the dark, deep depression I was telling you guys about. Was the reason why I wasn't coming on YouTube, was because I was dealing with a lot. I was going through a lot. I don't know if anybody can understand what it's like to be up top and then fall from that. And I didn't know why it happened to me. I was questioning, like, God, like, why did this happen? Why even give me this life just for it to be taken? Like, I was so confused, like, what, why? And I realized it was a lesson in it. Throughout the whole thing, y'all, I kept catching lessons. I was like, even though I was like, why this gotta happen to me? Why this happened to me? I was still catching lessons. And during this time when I went to New York, first of all, before I even went to New York, I was getting like spiritual messages from nature. Like, and when we was living in Colorado, I was getting these spiritual messages from nature. Like, I kept seeing the number 444. And then I had these thoughts about becoming vegetarian. If you look at my old videos, you'll see it. You'll see me talking about like becoming vegetarian. And just thinking about it, and you probably hear me talking different when I was out there, like appreciating nature and life, right? And so I was missing the whole thing about why all this stuff was happening to me. So when I went to New York, I was dealing with so much depression and so much pain that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just stop eating meat. And it really helped me, you guys. Like, it really helped me to stop eating meat because it made my mind more clear, I guess. And it humbled me. Like, when I say New York humbled me, it humbled me. Like, oh my goodness. It really humbled me, and thank God for the people that was around me who helped me get through it. But we couldn't survive in New York. In New York, another tower moment happened. If you guys don't know, when I say the tower moment, like in tarot, the tower moment is when things fall apart. Kind of like everything burns out, like the ashes, and you have to start new again. So we had another tower moment in New York. It was a lot of toxic things going on in New York too. And we moved to South Carolina. And you guys can see this all in my videos. Like, we moved to South Carolina. That was another toxic situation. But let me tell you something about God. God will show up for you, right? Once you feel like you learned the lesson. Now, when we got to South Carolina, I learned my lesson. Okay, I realized that I wasn't in alignment with him anymore. And that is why things had to fall apart. That is why the military didn't happen for me to get into materialistic stuff and for me to live this fancy life. The military life happened for me to learn a lesson. It had to fall apart because me and him wasn't never meant to continue. And I didn't see that, you guys. I tried to hold on to this situation, hold on to it for so many years that I end up basically damaging myself in the long run. So let me tell you what happened. So after I learned my lesson, so boom, the military life made me think about spirituality, becoming a vegetarian. All of this stuff played a role in my journey, you guys. Played a role in my journey. So when I get to New York, I turned vegetarian, right? Some more crazy stuff happened to make me, like, it was hinting at me like, you need to leave this dude alone. Like, stop. You just need to let it go. But I wasn't hearing it because I'm thinking, oh, I love him and I need to stay with him and all this stuff. After I saw, he showed me who he was, I still was trying to stay, you guys. And I lost even more after that. I lost a car. I lost my stuff that I worked hard for. And we moved down south. And when we moved down south, I was shown right in my face again who this person is. Shown who this person was. And I finally got it. And if you guys remember, I made a video about self-love when I was down there. And my mom was, thank God for my mother, yo. My mother is an angel, I swear. Like, we really be choosing our parents. So I was in South Carolina and I saw who he was. Like, it was shown to me who he was. And I bigged myself up. I called my mother. I said, I can't do this no more with him. Can't do it no more. And you guys, I talked about this in some of my videos. And I left him. And in my mind, I was thinking, I'm about to get my divorce. Right? Let me tell you how God works. So God will save you, right? God will let you go through all these lessons and trials and tribulations and just hard times to test you and to see if you learned your lesson. And once you learn the lesson, you can't go back. You can't go back to the past, right? So my dumb behind learned the lesson, realized I went through all this stuff for a reason because I was never meant to stay with him. I went through this because it helped me on my spiritual journey. During this time of when I was in Colorado up to when I moved to New York, I had a spiritual transformation, you guys. I became a vegetarian. I got deeper into astrology. I started thinking about different stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about my spirituality went zoom, like high, right? So that was a positive that came out of my situation. And then I moved in with my mom, right? I'm saved by the grace of God, you guys. I'm talking about completely saved. Here come the devil, hitting up my phone, blowing up my phone. You know how guys is, talking that good stuff to you, telling you they miss you, da 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 da. I'm talking about I'm looking my best. Go look at my Instagram pictures around that time when I left South Carolina. I was looking my best. I'm talking about stress-free. And here he come in my ear, telling me all this sweet stuff. I want my family back. Now God done saved me, you guys. God saved me from my situation. God rescued me, okay? And I messed up. I took him back. I moved out of my mother's house. Y'all, I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. I moved out of my mother's house and I moved in with him into a situation I didn't want to come to. It was nothing of what I wanted. And it's been hell ever since. Let me just say, this is like a release talking about this. I thought I wasn't going to come and talk about this until like I actually got my divorce. But I was like, Spirit was like, talk about it. Like sometimes when I make YouTube videos, I can't force them, you guys. I have to be led by Spirit in order to make a video. And today I got a message to just be like, go ahead and talk about it. Talk about it. Get it off. Release it more so you can really move on. So where did I leave off at? So yeah, it feels really, really good to be talking about it. So I've been going through hell. I'm laughing about it now because I know I know like where I'm at now. I'm about to be out of my situation, so I feel like I can talk about it. I'm actually looking for apartments right now. And this year I will be getting my divorce. No doubt about it. I'm not about to, no. So, yeah, it's been hell ever since, right? And this is what happens when you turn away from what God has done for you. He actually be leaving you. Like the Most High leaves you, like, and leaves you to your failures and destruction. Okay? So when I moved back with him, y'all, I lost even more, but it got real toxic, okay? It became real toxic when I moved in with him. I'm talking about dark, toxic, demons, all types of stuff, right? I lost another car. That happened. I also became wicked myself. So when I came back, let me explain myself. So when I came back, he kept doing certain things and I was like, okay. I was so hurt that I thought that I could numb my pain by doing exactly what he was doing to me. And I thought to myself, okay, two can play that game. And I ain't gonna lie, it was very, very liberating. It was very, very liberating until I realized that this was about to be my destruction. Because when you follow the ways of the wicked, it's like a curse to yourself. I know we hear this music about these women who be saying stuff like, oh, I'll go get another dude, I'll go do this, but in all honesty, you playing yourself and it's not going to make you feel better. It's going to make you realize that you have insecurities and that you need to deal with yourself. So for me, I tried to play that game. I was being wild, y'all. And I documented a lot of this stuff. Like, you guys probably saw me over in DR, in the Dominican Republic. And yeah, I was being wild, you guys. And this is why I said on my video when I came back just recently that you have to be very, very careful with the type of music you listen to, because I was listening to a lot of music with women talking about how they hate men, and talking about, you know, just stuff that wasn't godly, I would say. So once I came back and I said I called hell, it was because I turned away from the Most High, and he left me. The Most High, I mean, the Most High really never leaves you. He probably was sitting back watching me like, yeah, look at her. I saved her butt, and now look at what she's going through. So I'm here to say that I don't hate my ex. I'm actually grateful for the lessons. I just wish I would have been smarter and listened to my intuition a little bit more on certain things, because it wouldn't have happened for so many years. Because not only did I go through some things, my children went through things because of my choices. And I'm here to say that when somebody do you wrong, you don't have to do them wrong. You really don't. It's not going to help you in no type of situation. But I'm here to talk about why I'm getting divorced. So that's why I'm getting a divorce, is because it's toxic. And also because when you first meet a person, so say you attract a guy, right? And when you meet this guy, so when I first met my ex, I was 25 years old. He was 20, no, I was 25, he was 19. When I met him, I was just getting out of a relationship with my other ex, LeVay's and Elijah's father. I was getting out of a relationship with him, and I was not ready to be in a relationship. So you attract people on the vibration that you want. So when I met my ex, I was young, I was not healed, and I was dealing with some trauma. So what am I attracting when I'm in that vibration? When you going through trauma, when you're stressed about something, you just got out of a relationship and you haven't completely healed, you need to wait a little while before you jump into the next one, because then you're going to attract the same thing again. And that's exactly what happened. I end up manifesting the same situation again because I didn't completely heal from my baby father. So I attracted my ex on a vibration that I am not on anymore. I've completely raised my frequency and became different. Like, my spirituality has been what's been saving me throughout this whole situation. All I know is that I had to change my frequency in order to come out of my depression. Right now, me and my ex are okay. We barely talk. We are separated but still living together. And like I said, I'm planning on moving this year very soon. You guys are going to see me in my own place very soon. And I will be divorced very soon. So that's what I'm dealing with. I just wanted to let you guys know this is the reason why I have not been consistent on YouTube, because I've been dealing with some personal issues and I feel so free releasing it. But yeah, you attract people on the frequency that you want. So it's very, very important. If you want real love, if you want true love, and you want love that is going to be good to you, you have to be good to yourself. You have to love on yourself. You have to be whole with yourself. If not, you're going to keep attracting broken men or broken women or toxic relationships, because you yourself haven't figured out what you want to do for yourself, or you yourself haven't figured out how to love yourself. It's very, very, very important to love yourself and be happy with yourself before you be into another relationship. So I see now, and also I see that I outgrew him spiritually. You know, when you with somebody and you guys are, you don't have to be on the same frequency with them, okay? You don't have to be on the same vibration. You guys don't have to believe in the same thing. But if you guys want to continue and grow and stay together forever, one of y'all gonna have to match the other person's vibe in order for it to work. And that just didn't happen with me and him. Like, Colorado let me know, like, yo, I'm about to be different. Like, I saw me awakening. I'm like, I'm about to be different. I'm about to be different. But where I messed up was not respecting God. I didn't respect my mother at the time. And I caught hell. These past, I don't know how many years I've been in this house, but it's been hell. It's been hell, you guys. I'm not lying to you. It's been hell. And where I'm at now, I feel really good because I feel like I've learned an even bigger lesson about myself, and I forgive myself for what choices I've made. I wish nothing but blessings on him because I see my part and my role in what I played in the situation. And I also have been saved again by the grace of God, the grace of God, the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been called back. And I said this in my video when I came back on YouTube, was that I've been called back to the Most High to be on this journey of Rastafari. And it's a righteous journey, you guys. It's a clean, okay. It's a clean journey. I can't be wicked. I can't be doing what other people are doing. So how I deal with myself now is I'm quiet. I'm very quiet. And I'm humble because I know I'm about to get out of this situation. I just know I can't mess up again when I get out of this situation. But yeah, I didn't want to make this video too long. I think it's about to be long because I just been talking 8 minutes now. So what was the other clips talking about? But yeah, you guys, that's the story. That's the story. But how you get over depression is finding out the root of your depression. What is depressing me? For me, it was being with a guy that wasn't on my frequency, that wasn't feeling me what I was saying or talking about, wasn't there for me emotionally, that was doing things that were hurting me. That was my depression. So how do I solve it? Why stay with a person that you have no connection with anymore? Why try to force something that's not supposed to be? So when I realized that was my depression, I had to raise my frequency. But at this time, I'm so dependent. I was so dependent on him, you guys, that I couldn't just leave. My mom was like, you ain't coming back here? I tried to save you. You ain't coming back here. My mom was like, you cannot come back here. Like, so I had to deal with it, you guys. I had to deal with it the best way I could. And right now, I'm rooted in my spirituality at this point. I know this is the only thing that's going to save me. And I'm so grateful that the Most High has come back into my life. I mean, like I said, the Most High never left. God never leaves. He be standing back watching you. But the Most High didn't leave. And I'm so happy that I feel like I'm chosen. I feel like I'm chosen. And I'm not ashamed to tell this story because I'm not the type. I'm the type that I take accountability for my actions. I know I am not a saint in my situation. I know some of the things that I did wasn't the right type of things, but I know that you can correct yourself. You get what I'm saying? And I know that you can't put all the blame on somebody else. Like, I can't sit up here and say, my ex, this is the reason why I went through this. I was receiving signs to leave this man alone. Dead in my face. I'm talking about dreams. I'm talking about catching stuff. I'm talking about all types of stuff in my face. I had to take the blinders off, you guys. And it took me years and years. I was in denial. Like, no, he gonna change. He gonna catch up with me. We gonna grow spiritually, this and that. It got so bad that I became him. I became like the person that was hurting me. And it was no good for me because it wasn't meant for me to be like that. I'm not supposed to follow the ways of the wicked. I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to follow the ways of the just, the righteousness. I can tell I've been reading my Bible. I've been reading my Bible. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say is if you're depressed, find the root of your situation, acknowledge what you're doing wrong in the situation, and raise your frequency. Being depressed is low vibes. That means you're in a low vibration. And when you're in a low vibration, negative entities, demonic energies, all type of evil stuff will come your way and attach themselves to you because they feed off of that. They feed off of fear. They feed off of depression. They feed off of sadness and all this. Why do you think the media puts all this stuff in the out there? To keep us on a low vibration so that these other people can get rich off of us, okay? They get rich off us. They get rich off of us being sick. So it's like, what makes you think that they're not putting all this stuff on the TV screen to lower our vibe so that we can pay money to get a quick fix or something? So I'm going in a different direction, but yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to say? But yeah, you guys are gonna follow me on my new journey. My new journey, like you guys, I'm not hurt anymore. You know what's so crazy? They say you really can't heal in a situation where you're in a toxic situation. I want to say you can. I am a living witness of that. You can heal in a situation where there's toxic people around you. You have to detach. Okay, you have to completely detach. You guys ever heard of soul ties when it comes to relationships? So how I started was no sex. I stopped smoking weed with him. I stopped talking to him. We barely talk, you guys. We barely talk. Like, it's kind of like it's barely nothing. It's barely nothing. Like, because when you have a soul tie, the best way to break it off is no contact. So for me, since I'm still living with this person, it's not barely no talking. It's really about the kids, and I only have one son with him biologically, and yeah, that's the other thing that came out the situation was my beautiful son. But I feel good, you guys. Like, I feel healed. I feel very healed. Like, I have faith that I'm gonna boss up and not be able, like, the way I feel now. The other lesson I learned is not to ever depend on no man. Okay, don't ever depend on no man. I know they got these songs out here talking about, get you a baller. Well, not baller, but get you a guy with money. Da da da. This that ain't gonna bring you happiness. I had it. I had the guy that was taking care of me. It didn't bring me happiness. It brought me to my lowest points. Okay, the money wasn't everything. It wasn't everything. What you need is somebody that's really gonna love you for who you are and respect your opinions and your thoughts and support you during your growth. That's one thing that I wasn't getting when I was rising spiritually. There was no support. There was no support. It was like when you grow spiritually, people want to bring you back down to your lowest points. And I let that happen. I let him bring me down to my lowest points, to the point where I started acting wicked. And that's not cool. That's not cool. And I see how I lost so much. I'm talking about I lost so much. But I can't keep looking back. I gotta look forward. And my future looks so good, you guys. My future looks amazing. You guys will see what I'm manifesting. I decided to dedicate myself fully to the Most High. And anybody that comes in my life during this time is on my vibe, straight up. But I'm not going to talk long. I feel like I said enough. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.